lean back in the rocket car, this isn't the correct seat. This seat will get replaced. This is the stock seat. But you'll notice that the bars are actually a little lower than my head. If I come over here, take a look, I think you can see that. All right. It's because these bars are not the main concern of safety. These are not our main reliance for safety. These bars are here to transfer the energy from the rocket to the chassis in a way that doesn't just crinkle the car in pieces. Okay, so what we're doing is we've got some weld points to the car's, I don't want to say frame, but to the body, and some floating points. Some points that are actually floating on the ground. And these two are an example of that. They're actually kind of loose because there's a piece of ceramic underneath them and they haven't been sealed up. So let's see if I can show you that. So those aren't actually welded to the car. They're floating, and they'll get fiberglassed and carbon fibered and composited in with ceramics. As I said, if we directly welded to the to the sheet metal of the car and applied the energy of the rocket, we would wrinkle the car, and every crumple zone would go off, and a whole bunch of bad things. So this is a way to transfer the energy, and this is the way we'll transfer the energy inside of Hyperion also. The crew cabin will actually be more comfortable than a standard aircraft or anything else because of the way we're attaching the crew cabin, or what we call the armored bathtub, to the structure of the spacecraft. But really, it's a really cool way to test rockets too. And the neighbors all know what we're doing. They stop by, they're watching as we go by, as we change the car. The neighborhood kids know exactly what's going on. It's a great outreach opportunity. Went to the gas station the other day and came out, and by the time I was done pumping gas, I had 4 people talking about the car. Being able to bring space flight to everyday life and say, look, there's a rocket going in this car. There's a spacecraft being built around this car. The door over here being armored, it's behind the glass, but it's armored up with all the ceramics now. It's bulletproof. I live in St. Louis. That's a good thing for St. Louis, right? It's bulletproof. The ceramic armor is ballistically protective and thermally protective. When we get done with this will probably be the quietest, safest car on the road, because it's designed to test re-entry technology here on Earth. We're not waiting to go to space. We're testing our technology. We're integrating our technology. We're not just going to build a space plane. We built a rocket car, and then we're going into the space plane. We have staggered, bootstrap development constantly all the way through. That is what Stowfield Aerospace is about. If I have to build a spacecraft by myself, I will. Okay, and it is fully capable to do that. Almost all of human knowledge is available online at the palm of your hand every day, and millions of experts. The guy across the street is teaching me to weld. He TIG welds, he MIG welds. He's not real good at stick, he said, but guess what? Who cares, right? All these availability of information and knowledge, being able to share it this way, you can acquire the skills to do things like build rocket cars, build jetpacks, build spacecraft. You don't have to wait for NASA. You don't have to wait for the military. You can do it today. Okay, yes, we're 6 years into a 10-year development program, but this will be the first one of these. Okay, second one could be easier. It could be you. Hobby rocket people have been flying rockets, solid rockets, for hundreds of years, technically thousands if you want to talk to the Chinese, right? And you look around the world, and India has a space program now. China has a space program now. Japan has a space program now. South Africa, UAE, I can keep going on. All these countries around the world, the barriers to entry have fallen. And as an amateur or a hobbyist or a non-professional or whatever you want to call it, you have the availability to do this, okay? You don't need the giant space programs, okay? We know how to do space. It's not hard, okay? It is complex, and that complexity adds to the difficulty. But it isn't hard, okay? McDonnell Douglas, when NASA started, when von Braun was around, that's when it was hard, because we didn't have all this information, all this experience that has already been provided, okay? Which is why we stand on the shoulders of giants. But there's giants coming that will stand on our shoulders, and we have to live up to those giants. As I jokingly say on LinkedIn, immortality is out there. The first to be on Mars, the first to go to Saturn, immortality is out there. You have the ability to do it. Go grab it, because it's yours. Fly high, burn hard.